What's going on, rock stars? Welcome back to another episode of The 1% Life. Let me start that again. We had some noise there. What's going on, rock stars? Welcome back to another episode of The 1% Life. I'm your host, peak performance coach and trainer, Joanie Dillon. And man, today we are talking about the relentless pursuit of your dreams. If you're listening to us live on Facebook, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're listening to us, #live or the replay. And yeah, we're always excited to have you join us live. So rockstars, why is this topic coming up? To be quite honest, I cannot give you the full details. Just simply being somebody whose life is really public and really public, and where, you know, things can be discovered about me. I have to keep a little bit of anonymity in this situation, in this circumstance. But what I will say is, because of the gravity of this situation that I am currently experiencing. And I will say this. Well, first of all, let me ask you a question. Have you ever made a decision to go after something really big in your life? Really big in your life, like something that, you know, felt like, okay, when I achieve this, this will be an incredible accomplishment, or this will be a really big thing for me. Have you ever put something that big out there into the world? And if you have, right away, did something appear in its path, like some sort of obstacle, some sort of, you know, chaos, like a tornado? Has anything like that shown up in its way? Just go back to a moment in time of your past where you really made a big decision. Like maybe you got out of your comfort zone. Maybe it was just like something that completely was stretching you to grow at, you know, in a big way. Or maybe it was just a decision, like maybe you decided to leave a job and go after another job, or to start a business, or to, you know, transition, move homes and leave the state. Maybe it was because you wanted to, you know, I don't know, heck, leave a partner or some situation that was no longer serving you. Whatever that situation was, or to simply go after your goals in a big way, right? And I've noticed this in the past when I have made really big financial decisions, like really big financial decisions. It's like, okay, everything feels really good leading up to it. Of course, it's always uncomfortable to make really big financial decisions for, you know, I mean, it's never like, oh, this is joyous in my opinion. I mean, perhaps you can find that place of joy, and there's a joy, there can be a joy in knowing that it is uncomfortable and that there's something really exciting on the other side of it. Maybe you get what I mean. So I've noticed it in those types of situations. If I've ever decided to invest into myself in a really big way, like it was, I'm making a decision that I am going to the next level in this area in my life or in my business, or in relationship, whatever it is. And that, like, all of a sudden, this, I call it the illusion appears. And things may be just going great until the moment you make that decision, you're like, holy cow. All of a sudden, all of these things start surfacing. I've had clients say, like, God, the moment I decided to do this and invest in myself in a big way, my car, and y'all are safe from this, my car gets broken into, they steal my computer. Like, you know, I was just reading something like that from a client not too long ago. And it just, this client got it. She's like, it just makes me so, you know, much more assured that I am making the right move because the obstacles are being put in my path. And how many of us look at it that way? How many of us look at it as, okay, well, I'm declaring to the universe, I'm declaring to, you know, your higher power or even yourself that, dang it, this is a new decision that I'm making for me, and it's a really big one. And then when the obstacles appear, do we want to run the other way? Maybe to you, have you ever wanted to run the other way? I know for me at times in the past, I have. And there's a situation currently going on in my life right now where it's like, man, could things get any more crazy right now with this situation, right? Like people are showing up in a really just interesting way, you know. And so for me, I always look at, okay, so if this is happening, for what purpose did I, or we, my partner and I, decided to create this in our lives? And like, why have we chosen to create this? And if you don't get that question, I'm asking that question because obviously I didn't consciously, or my partner and I didn't consciously choose to manifest this crazy tornado-like chaotic situation that's going on in our world right now. And we chose unconsciously to create it. Do you get that? We chose unconsciously to create it. So for what purpose? For what purpose, right? And this is called being at cause for your life as opposed to being at the effect of. And, I'm making a massive move down from my state and my city that I've known and loved my entire life out to Montana. And there's just a lot of crazy going on. Okay, guys, like it's a little bit of crazy. And so for what purpose are we creating this? Like, what have we chosen to create this for? And so this was our conversation today when we were like, holy cow, is this really happening? Like, what the heck? For what purpose? And we haven't really sat to like, get there because there's a lot of emotions like stirred up right now, like just a lot of stuff coming up. And again, I know I'm speaking in massive ambiguities right now, and it's simply to protect the situation. And yet it's there. This situation is there. So we've created it. And when we can, or when you can accept that you have created this thing, and yes, I know, not consciously, because none of us would ever create chaos or turmoil or, create atrocities even, and y'all are safe from this, or tragedies in our life. But for what purpose did we subconsciously choose to create this in our life? And I remember asking a client this, this was a while ago, about his back pain, right? Like he really effed up his back. He couldn't move. He was in the hospital for a week, and it was really bad. And I said, so for what purpose did you choose to create this in your life? And it really threw him off. He was really confused by why I would be asking that question, and I let him sit in it. Let him sit in it. And it came to him why he decided to create it. And it wasn't at that moment. These were reoccurring injuries. And again, y'all are safe from this. And, but they were reoccurring injuries that had happened since he was, I think, a teenager, if I remember correctly. And so there was a decision that he had made subconsciously at that time of the, maybe somewhere around after the first injury, that continued to repeat this cycle of injury in his life. And so he decided, he's like, oh, well, I created it for, and I can't recall the exact situation now, but it was actually nothing to do with the injury, nothing to do with the injury in particular. But his unconscious mind revealed to him for what purpose he chose to create this craziness where he couldn't walk. He was in so much pain and, in the hospital, and his body he was just like, am I ever going to be able to walk? Am I ever going to get out of this pain? He had people having to help him to the bathroom. And it was, very humbling. And he realized that like he hadn't taken care of this injury. And he was ignoring his body for all these years. He hadn't taken care of what he needed to do in order to heal his body. And so his body was like, all right, we're going to really, I'm really going to put you on your ass this time because you haven't listened to me all those other times. And and this was real, right? And when we did that, and I actually walked him through what we call the pain paradigm to remove his pain and take it from I think it was a 9 at the time down to a 0. And it was a really powerful thing. So what are you creating in your obstacles in your life? Right? What obstacles are you creating, and for what purpose, right? And when we look at our goals and our dreams, right? I mean, if you are really somebody who is committed to achieving the goals that you set forth in your life and the dreams that you have for yourself and maybe your family, your loved ones, the only way, Rockstar, the only way to get to those goals and those dreams is through relentless pursuit. Relentless pursuit. And it requires a bit of an obsession. It does. And I remember back when I was selling timeshare over 5 years ago, and one of the things that really differentiated me from everybody else was that I was obsessed with being the best. I was obsessed. I had this massive obsession, and yeah, sure, who knows, ego, all that stuff. I've grown a lot since then. And, I was also going through, there was, a particular phase of my life that kind of stuff was really, 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 really important to me. And being number one and making X number of dollars a year and winning all the awards and accomplishments was really important to me. And I pursued that at the expense of relationships. Really, I lost a few in that period of time. I pursued my goals and my dreams and my accomplishments relentlessly. And I was obsessed day and night. And I believe this is also the recipe for entrepreneurs. You've got to, we're all a little bit wacky, we're a little bit crazy, a little bit off kilter, right? Like conversations with an entrepreneur mostly we just want to talk about our business, and most people can't handle that. It's like, what? Can you talk about anything else? No, we just want to talk about changing the world. Right? We just want to talk about how, some people world domination, right? No, but we just want to talk about what we're doing, what we're putting out into the world, what we're manifesting, what we're birthing, what we're creating. So we're a little off. And sales professionals, the good ones, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're actually selling a product or a service out on your own for a company, the good ones are a little off kilter. They're a little obsessed. And that's just subjective anyway, but we have to be a little bit, eccentric perhaps is the word, a little bit, obsessive in order to get to our goals and dreams. Otherwise, what happens is, I've seen this so much. I mean, I have coached hundreds, probably close to thousands of people now, from the verge of termination to the top 1% of the most cutthroat industry in the world. Seriously, timeshare sales. Who wants to buy a timeshare? Yet millions of people own them and they love them. Not everybody loves them, but a lot of people love them. That's why this industry continues to grow. And that was a real focus for many years of my business, was just in that industry. And the good ones have to be obsessed, right? When I look at those who just don't make it, it's like the ones that just kind of put half-ass energy out there. They just like, oh yeah, I want to get a deal today. What? Like, are you crazy? Stay home. Nobody's buying anything from you. Stay your ass at home. I think I'm swearing a lot in this episode. Let's just stay home. Save yourself some trouble. Go do a spa day, or, you're probably, I don't know how else to say it, but you probably don't have money to do that, because this attitude's carrying, but how you do anything is how you do everything. So you probably, just stay home, do nothing, right? Like, I'm being very blunt right now. But the reality is, it's like, we got to turn up this passion. You got to turn up this fire inside of you. Do you get what I mean? And it's this relentless pursuit. Like, what, dang it, when you make a decision to go after something, my partner and I made a decision to go after something. We're leaving, I'm leaving everything behind. Nobody or no thing is going to stop that. Bet. Right? Like, do you hear a little bit of the crazy in my voice right now? Like, we will make it happen. We will make it happen. And we will do whatever it takes at all costs, because we are that determined, that convicted, perhaps is the word, or full of conviction. We are that unstoppable in our pursuit. Nobody's going to be able to sway us. Unswayable, if that's even a word. You can't sway us, right? We've already, like, there's, without details, like, it's happening. And when you're that full of conviction, the obstacles will appear. The illusion appears. See, it's like when you simply decide the destination, it's like, okay, this is what God, the universe, your higher power does. It's like, let me just put some obstacles in the way for you, because if you thought it was going to be easy, ha ha ha, you're wrong. Right? I'm just testing you perhaps to see if you'll continue its pursuit, or do you just want everything to be easy? Right? How many of us want things to just be easy? See, this whole thing, like, yeah, it was easy until it wasn't. And now it's like, guess what? Foveal vision, as opposed to peripheral, all, seeing all sides. And of course, we're operating out of that too, because that's important to know all things that are happening. But super focused, laser beam, red light laser beam focused on what we want and where we're going. And nobody or no thing is going to stop us. It's happening. It's happening. And that's how focused you have to be in your pursuit of what you want. It's so easy to see the obstacle and to be just like, dang it, I knew it wasn't for me. I knew it wasn't gonna make it happen. No. You just gave up the first time. You just gave up the second time. You just gave up. Like maybe you let it go 3 times, but then you gave up. Where else are you giving up in your life? How you do anything is how you do everything. If you are giving up on the thing that means the most to you, you are giving up on so much more, Rockstar. What is it costing you to throw it all away? What is it costing you to just wipe your hands clean and walk away? What else in your life are you choosing to walk away from? What else in your life have you walked away from that has cost you in dollars, in money, and internally as well? In terms of perhaps stress or anguish or pain, emotional pain, heartache. What else it cost you? And when you can remember, dang it, how I do anything is how I do everything. Who am I choosing to be right now? Because if I'm walking away at the smallest sign, and maybe it feels like a mountain, I'm sure it is, because ours feels like a mountain right now. Like, all right, shit, let's put on the hiking gear. Let's get the ice picks. Holy cow, we're not even going to delete that out. The ice picks, okay? Let's get the hatchets, whatever else you climb a mountain with, right? I have no idea. My partner, he's a mountaineer. I don't know that stuff. I'm sure it's not the first thing I said. So I digress. And let's climb the freaking mountain. Let's climb the mountain. We are ready to climb Mount Everest, because nobody or no thing is going to stand in the way of this happening for us. So Rockstar, I hope you got value out of today's episode, and that you actually take this and begin to apply it to your life. Most people just hear things. Very few people apply them. And I know that you listen to the 1% Life Show because you are a doer. You are somebody who takes action. You're committed to excellence, committed to getting and creating the life that you want, that 1% life that you want. And because of that, you take action. So commit to yourself that no matter what the cost, in spite of it all, no matter what shows up, just be prepared. Be prepared. Put your armor on. Don't go look for things, but you've got it. You've got it. And know that it's a matter of relentless pursuit. In spite of it all, going after what you want so relentlessly that no matter what they say to you, you have blinders on. No matter what they make you think about you, it's just not cut out. You're not cut out for it. It's not your time. It's not for you. Maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe that's a sign from the universe. Damn it, I'll make my signs, right? I do listen to signs from the universe. And if everything that showed up as a quote unquote block or resistance was a sign to run the other way, we'd never get what we wanted in life. I'd never have anything. No, guess what I do? I freaking lean in. I lean in. I lean in. When I check my gut, when I, actually feel from my heart to my gut, like I connect with my higher self, my unconscious mind, and I feel like, all right, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Yup. Great. It's go time. Right? Fear, false evidence appearing real. The illusion. Stuff that gets thrown in your way, because it will, simply because you made a decision and you now have an end destination. There will be obstacles. There will be spots that you need to stop at and figure out how to get around and over and through. It's just a matter of having made a decision. So Rockstar, if you got value from today's episode, please leave us a 5-star review. Share this episode out. In fact, just share somebody, tag somebody in the comments right now who you believe needs to hear this message today, or send this out to them via email or any of our ways of sharing. Take a screenshot of this episode, tag me on the gram, the Instagram at Joanie Dillon. You can find me there. I'm pretty active on there, and I will actually send you a DM back if you message me. But take a screenshot, let me know what you liked, loved, or want to hear more of. And Rockstar, get out there and absolutely be unstoppable and change some lives today. You deserve it, and they do too. Peace. Bye from Missoula, Montana.